Hey everyone, it's Rob from Hypop and welcome back to another video. In this one, we are doing a follow-up on a previous video where we have unboxed and reviewed the Knowled range of lights, the MS60R, as well as the MS60Bi. If you want to take a closer look at that video, click the link up above. And we're doing a follow-up with this light and showing you how versatile this light is. We've got a few lighting modifiers here from the range which we didn't have access to previously. This one here is called the Knowled SL1, and that's a Lantern Softbox. This is the Knowled SS11, and this is a square type softbox. And then we've also got a Snoot here. This is the AK-SN. And Godox have this particular model in Knowled, which is their more professional continuous LED lighting range, catered to a more professional setup as well as, you know, the cinema industry. And they have the Lighting Modifiers range, which the model almost sounds the same. It's called the RS60Bi as well as the RS60R for the RGB version. And yeah, it's just really a versatile light. These are 60-watt lights. They're COB LED lights. And in my opinion, they're one of the most versatile LED lights in Godox's range. And I'll show you why. So when we open this up, if we recall, we've got this light here that is a COB LED light. And for those of you that don't know what COB is, that's chip on board LED. And what that means is there's a single point light source, or that chip right there provides or is your source of light. It's the LED light. There's an inbuilt, well, it's a detachable Fresnel lens here on the front. And this is a Godox mount. So Godox have their own proprietary mount, the Godox mount, which opens you up to some of their modifiers. They have softboxes in this range now. You can see some new ones specifically for Knowled. Now, why this light is so great is because it is battery operated and it's a COB light. So that means you can mount the battery like so, and without any cables, you can turn this on. And there is, of course, a foolproof or a protection here to prevent you from hitting the power button so easily. You need to slide that, and there you go, turn on the light. And with the Fresnel mount, you can see it's fairly spot, it's pretty directional, and it's just really kind of creating a significant light source in the center here and a lot of light drop off. And how you would be able to make this a lot more versatile is by using some of these diffusers here or lighting modifiers. This light comes with so many different mounting options, so not just in the M range here, but also the R range for light mods. You have different ways to power this device. So you've got the battery that's provided. You can also USB Type-C power this. So if you have a power delivery power bank, you can power it that way. You also have a figure-8 cable plug. So there's you can remove this battery, and there's a different back attachment for a figure-8 plug. And I don't think there's many other lights in Godox's range that are this versatile. So there are a lot of LED panels or COB lights that are plug-in. There are battery operated ones, but they're really not this small. And this is just really, you can see that in the palm of my hand, how small this light source is. So let's test this light and just show you the different looks you can get with this light here. So right now I've got a pretty big key light over here. This is the Knowled M300D that's lighting me right now. It's not used at full output at all. It's about 40 to 50%. This is a 60-watt light. So, you know, it's 4 times almost in terms of, a quarter in terms of the output of the M300. So we'll test it and see if this can actually be used as a key light using some of these different modifiers. So I've set up all of these modifiers that I have with me here. This is the SS11. As you can see, it's a small little square softbox. This is a cute little lantern softbox, the SL1. And here we have that collapsible Snoot, the AK-SN. So to mount them, it's pretty straightforward. So with the Snoot, it just simply slips over the top there. And it just kind of fits with tension, just like other, silicon diffuser covers you've seen with other LED lights. And with these other softbox style modifiers, they actually have a mini speed ring. And to mount that, what you need to do is to remove the Fresnel lens, and there's a latch there that you can hold down to detach, and have the modifier face down on a flat surface, line up the lugs, and then just twist to lock. Sometimes the inner speed ring also spins if there's an internal tightening knob there. So you just need to make sure that's completely tight so it doesn't just continue spinning. And you just twist to lock just like that. And that's essentially now mounted onto the light. And to turn that on and see how that kind of looks, we'll turn that on there. And also move that. There you've got that portable light source now, and you can see that lighting the softbox over here. This particular softbox comes with a grid and also a diffuser. There's a small bit of initial construction to do. You just need to line up the rods to the speed ring. So that's that one there. And then of course we've got the lantern. Lantern, line that up. Twist the lock, and now you've got a lantern light here. A lantern is typically used overhead or pointing down because you can see it's white all around 180 degrees, so it's meant to be an omnidirectional modifier instead of a directional one like the softbox is here. So this is more ideally set up just above the subject, or perhaps above and in front of the subject slightly. And it's perfect for, say, a tabletop setup with, say, an interview situation where you're lighting up, say, 2 people that are talking on either side of the table. And also, if you just want to kind of disperse the light evenly in all directions, you can utilize a lantern softbox, whereas a square softbox like this would be perfect for lighting a subject directly. And then a snoot if you're just wanting to focus in on the subject and have that light source pointing directly at your subject. Maybe it's a small object or you're wanting to put focus onto your subject. So let's take a look at how these look in the different looks in terms of replacement key light here. So I've now mounted the MS60Bi on a stand just off to the side here, similar to where the key light was, and I've got the SL1 Lantern Softbox on now. You can see it does reduce the overall light quite a bit in comparison to a 300-watt light, but it's definitely one that we can kind of tweak. Say we would turn down some of the other background lights here to accommodate and maybe adjust some of the camera settings. There are no changes to the camera settings whatsoever right now, so you can see it does offer sort of that still nice even light on me. It also gives good contrast here, so there's a bit of shadow, which is nice. It just shows you how versatile a light like this really is in such a small form factor. One thing I did notice when setting it up is that I didn't have to use such a heavy light stand. 2, I don't actually need any cables, so this is just all running off battery. And 3, just the overall setup is just really small and portable. Now I have just the standard Fresnel on now. You can see it is kind of strong. It's really directing the light and focusing that in as if it were like a reflector. Obviously the shot's a little bit overexposed. No camera settings have changed whatsoever. So we would adjust accordingly. But you can see how you can create a dramatic style shot with this. Maybe focus in on, say, a product. So if you're, say, shooting a product, you can really position the light and have it really illuminating the subject well. And yeah, just really a versatile look once again with the standard Fresnel lens. And once again, we have now just slipped on the AK-SN, and you can see how it's created an even more spot effect. What the Snoot has done is really reduce the spill. It's really centered it around. I've got a ball head here on the table, and you can see really is focusing on that subject there perfectly. This would be great for, say, a headshot, or maybe if you're wanting to create a top-down lighting look to really create that dramatic effect, similar to the Fresnel lens, but with sort of less spill, and it's more just directed into a single spot. And last but not least, we've got the SS11. This is the square softbox. This is with the grid on, so you can see it actually does reduce the spill behind me. It's really just focused mostly on me. Once I remove the grid, you'll see the difference in terms of the wider throw of light. And now that's just without the grid, and you can see the throw of light, the grid really cut the spill. Now it's lighting a little bit more of me, as well as a bit of drop off behind me, more so of the table as well. And you can see it's actually a great substitute for the main key light that I was using previously. Mind you, I am running the MS60Bi at full output right now. But once again, small setup, no cables, just really easy to use. So that was our quick look at the Knowled MS60Bi and MS60R, and also the similar Lightmon's RS60Bi and RS60R, and just how versatile those lights are when paired with some of the modifiers as part of their range. There are other modifiers that are available for these lights. We'll throw them up on screen. And you can see now I've just got the main key light on, how versatile this light can be as a substitute for a key light. Now these lights are really some of the most versatile in Godox's range. I feel like they'd be perfect for a run and gun setup, perhaps your first continuous light. They're suitable for photography as well as video, and just really an overall great light source and a great product from Godox. For more videos just like this, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell to be updated of any new content we release. Leave a like on the video if it's helped you. Feel free to leave down in the comment section below your thoughts, or if you have any questions about the Knowled or Lightmod's range, the M series and R series, as well as their softboxes. Follow us on socials, the links are down below, and visit our website, hypop.com.au. Thanks for watching.